Greetings, this is user Kanzar, and this video is about showing off the configuration of Diablo III with the jnostromo driver software. So let me go ahead and bring up the jnostromo software. It's already running. So this is my Diablo III configuration. I've made a few changes recently because I've been playing a lot of Diablo III and I've been trying to optimize my configuration. So I'm going to show you in-game how this works, but first I'll show you the configuration as it stands. So, by the way, at the very end I'll show you a web page that has all of this information where you can download it, no problem. I think it might be easiest to look at the PDF because it has the description of each key map defined, whereas this is a really good interface for setting your key configurations and definitions. I think it might be a little difficult to kind of see what the keys are actually doing. So I'm just going to close it and open up the key binding PDF, which the jnostromo software produces for you. So there are two key maps. This is the first one, which contains shortcuts for gameplay, general, social, and HUD. So we'll step through the keys. The first key, 01, is mapped to your inventory menu. 2 is your toggle skills menu, 3 quest, 4 journal, and 5 follower menu. So these are a little bit out of order if you were to see them on the bottom in the game menu. The main reason is because I use the inventory by far the most, so I put it on 1. I think the skill is probably in the menus first, then inventory. So I tend not to look at that down here because it might confuse you in the game. So anyways, you can modify that and put it in order according to the game if you like, but for me I use it a lot, so it's easy for me to remember that inventory menus on 1. The next row is your action bar skills. So button 6 is skill 1, 7 skill 2, 8 skill 3, 9 skill 4. Boy, I use these keys by far the most in the entire game because I'm constantly using my action skills. So I think having them accessible here, it's where my hand rests on the Nostromo, so they're right beneath my fingertips, so I have access to those all the time. The one over from that is toggling the map, so I use that somewhat just to make sure to, when I'm going through an area, if I have missed any spots in the area, I'll turn on the map. I don't use that as nearly as much. 11 is your friends list. 12 is achievements. I rarely use that. 13 toggles items on the ground. 14 I use quite a bit. That's control. So if there's an item on the ground and you want to see the tooltips for the item, hold down this button and the tooltips will show up. Shift, I use this all the time, maybe even more than my action bars. Shift forces you to stand still. So I use it when I blow up barrels and all sorts of environmental stuff. Scroll up is the game menu. Middle mouse is the banner. I don't really know what that does other than it drops the banner down. I'll show you in game. I'm not sure why that's useful. Scroll down, close all windows. This is quite useful. Potions is left, toggle zoom, up. Right is your town portal, and then M is the force move. I do think that's necessary to bind because if you're in a swarm, if the mob is swarmed around you and you want to leave, it's best to use the force move. Otherwise, if you rely on the left mouse click, you might just attack instead of move. And then finally 15 is mapped to key map 2, which is emotes. So let's go ahead and select that. So this is key map 2 and emotes. 1 is follow, 2 is give, 3 is thanks, 4 is sorry, 5 is bye, 6 die, 7 run, 8 and so forth. We'll go through those in game. It's kind of boring to just list them out. The other keys, I've disabled those because I don't really know what to map those to. This is Alt. I don't use that. Usually I just use these here. These are also emotes. Page up, retreat, take objectives. Now, in order to make a few of these work, you have to change in your configuration because some of the emotes are not bound. So I had to bind hold to page up, take objective to page down, number / to retreat. And I'll show that in the menu if I remember. And again, 15 goes back to key map 1. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into the game. Welcome to the Diablo III playing portion of this video. You'll notice that this is the Diablo III video game screen, and then this is the Nostromo cam. So I'll use my hand to show you various keys, just to show you how I play with my Nostromo and my jnostromo drivers and Diablo 3. So let's go ahead and get into the game. I'm gonna go ahead and teleport into town to show you, just go through the basic shortcut configurations. So I'll zoom in, move out of my way. Okay, so the top rows are the menus. So button 1 is inventory, button 2 is your skills, button 3 is quest, 4 journal, 5 follower. The next set of keys is your skills. So right now I have ground stomp set to 1. Leap set to 1, ground stomp to 2, and then cleave is on 1. This is obviously hold that, and it's shift to attack. 10 is your map. 11 is social. 12 is achievement. 13 is alt. If there's items on the ground, then you can hold alt and it will show the text for them. 14 is control. So let me just throw an item on the ground. So right now, if I hover my mouse over, nothing happens except for it lights up. But if I hold control, look at that. You can look at the tooltips for it. So let's collect that. Scroll up is your menu screen. If I have, say, these menus open and I don't want to click on X, I want a fast way to close them, scroll down, closes all windows. And the next interesting thing is, oh yeah, look at that. It's my banner. I don't know why that's useful. Maybe if you're playing with strangers and you kill Diablo all by yourself and they're just kind of watching and you're like, yeah, look at that, Diablo. Uh-huh. That's right. My banner. In your face. The next thing I want to point your attention to is the digital pad. So left uses a potion, but of course Diablo 3 is smart enough to know that I have full life. Up zooms in and out. Down uses a town portal, but I can't do that here. And then down, did I say down? Right uses a town portal. Down is force move. It always confuses me of the orientation of these because it is rotated. So up is kind of right, sort of, if you know what I mean. If you have a Nostromo, you probably understand this. But anyways, down is force move. Okay, so that does it for key map 1. Let's switch to key map 2 by pressing the 15. In the current drivers, I don't have the switching the lights indicated with a key map. I don't currently know how to do that. I've contacted Razer for help, and they're not allowed to help third-party developers. So right now I'm kind of unsure of how to change the lights. In the official Razer Nostromo drivers, if you select a key map, it will change the lights. Unfortunately, I have to reverse engineer, I think, how that works. So anyways, we are now on key map 2. You have to put that in your head when you click that button, which key map you're on, because there is no light indication for that. Okay, so we'll just go through all the keys and show you the emotes.
Follow.
Let's follow.
You'll need this.
That's right.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Sorry.
What are you sorry about?
I am leaving.
Oh, you're leaving me now, huh?
Crawl back to your mother. Run!
Run.
Wait.
Run. Wait. Make up your mind.
Let's get on with this.
Okay.
I need your help.
Yes, you do.
Yes. No. Stay here.
Okay, I will.
Attack!
Fine. And now, like the bindings on the digital pad.
Retreat! Hold this point. Take the objective.
And that is it for the emotes.
Yes.
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 And no might be useful.
No. Come with me.
In that one. So have fun with it. You can look at the PDF to see specifically what they're bound to, but I thought I'd run through all of them with you here. So switching back. Now let's go ahead and get into the game a little bit. Yeah, I just completed a quest. It's nice.
Magda knows where the next piece.
Yeah.
The Nephilim were ancient humans with fantastic powers. Legend
So
told
just
that
want to
they
show
waged a
you.
terrible battle near the temple, and that their ghosts still war with one another.
Oh. Just want to show you how to kill things. And particularly look at my fingers.
You and I aren't so different. I have great power within me too. The only difference is more control over mine.
That sounds troubling.
It's only happened a few times in my life, and only when I was in grave danger. Something rises up from deep within me, and, well, I can't really explain it.
Is it Diablo that rises up within you? I don't know. Maybe.
You finished them off.
I have not yet finished the game. So I don't know if she is Diablo or not. But I have a suspicion that she is. Could be wrong. There's probably 1,000 nerds out there saying, yeah, I know what happens. I can't believe you're such a noob and didn't complete it yet. Game's only been out for 2 weeks. Unfortunately, I've been busy making driver software and trying to record videos and playing Diablo 3 and getting over a cold.
You there, please help. They're going to kill my friend. Thieves are going to kill.
What do they want with your friend?
She's just a farmer, Sasha, but she has a relic that the thieves are after. Where is the relic?
My sweet love will save me.
Oh, such faith in a stranger.
Release the girl.
You are fine.
Okay. I want to also note that setting up this recording environment was quite challenging because I had tried several different configurations. Come on. No more jump. I had several configurations trying to use cheese with record my desktop and Audacity and a frame rate of 30 frames per second and at 1080p, and that just, my computer was not fast enough to do all that at the same time. Playing Diablo 3. So, looks like those are a bit better. Nope. So it was just,
Here's the relic, my love.
it was too much for the system. So what I finally resolved on is record my desktop using a 720p resolution of Diablo 3 with XAll TV to display my fingers overlaid on top of the Diablo 3 window, and still using Audacity. So Audacity records my voice, record my desktop records the Diablo 3 sounds. So I think that about does it. I'll teleport back to town. You've seen long enough playthrough of my fingers and everything else. That's right, stay behind me.
I need help.
I need help, that's right. Please help me by downloading the Nostromo, jnostromo drivers and let me know what you think. Other than that,
We must go.
let's go to the web page. I'll show you the web page where you can upload your profiles for Diablo 3 and StarCraft 2. And yeah, let's go there. Happy gaming. Now let's take a look at the jnostromo website. So pull up a web browser and go to www.monkey-games.com/home/jnostromo. So this is the main website. It's not the development website. You can look at the link for that if you're interested in the development progression. But this one has all the useful information for users. So it's got your introduction video, features of 1.2 and features of 1.3. All of these videos are relevant even with the newer versions. There's still older features that I don't cover in the new video. So it's always good to go back and look at those videos. But what you're most interested in is probably the profile section. So click on Diablo 3 icon to get to the Diablo 3 section. And this is a website for hosting Diablo 3 profiles. So there is a featured profile, which there is only one right now, so there's only one featured one. You can easily see what the profile key layouts are by just clicking on these images. If you're interested in downloading what you saw in the video is the featured video, the featured profile. So you can click on the download profile link here, or in the table you can click on it here, and that saves as a .prof file. You can import those into your jnostromo GUI configuration. Just click on one of I think the first video on the first page has instructions on how to do that. You can also download the PDF, so this in PDF form. It's a good reference. You can click on the link here or here. And this was just when I last updated the profile. And if we look down here, we can see the version 0.2 and version 0.2 of both the prof and the PDF files. So that just gives you an indication of how many times I've changed the profile. Now you're saying, hey, Kanzar, I have a really cool profile and it does this and this and this, and it's specifically for warriors, maybe because warriors have, I don't know, something that you some crazy combination that you think is really good. Well, tell me about it. You can use this profile submit form. So enter in the name of your profile, do something specific like Diablo 3, Barbarian, Hardcore, blah, or whatever you want to call it. Please just keep it relevant to whatever the key bindings are for. I of course made it Diablo 3 because, well, I didn't know what else to call it. It's a generic, it should work for all classes. The second field is the author name. Feel free to put whatever you want. I of course put Kanzar. You can put your real name, whatever you're comfortable with. The second is the actual file to upload, that .prof file. So include that there. And then export your .prf to PDF. And that's in, I think, the second video. So please export it to PDF so I don't have to do it. And upload it here. Then when you've got all that information entered in into the form, click the submit button. Okay, that does it for Diablo 3. If you say, hey Kanzar, I've got, you know, Call of Duty or some other game configuration for, and I think it works really well, just post a comment here and say that you would like a new game profile added, and I'll most likely add it. Just make sure that you upload the .prf file associated with that profile that you want created. And also have StarCraft 2, so maybe in a later video I'll go through another one of these tutorial series for that. Someone just texted me. I hope you didn't hear that. If you did, don't worry, it's me, it's not you. Okay, well, thank you for watching. I hope you found this tutorial informative and helpful. If you do have any questions, please post them in the YouTube comments below, and I'll try my best to help you figure out your problems. Alright, happy gaming!